Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready, 60 or.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set, 10-2 stop. Hard, hard. Rush in. Fight.
This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. And, right away, he lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Parker unable to get that one, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really well done.
Decent. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Montez Sweat in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
They'll run with Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. And this one's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Ready?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch his threat. Watch his smooth. 51 to Mike, boy. 51. I'm here all day.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Touchdown. Check in. Check. Show it. Go. Set.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and a couple. Haskins. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Running right, this is Freeman. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Get them some...
Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll run here with Freeman. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Second and goal from inside the 5. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, Zoo!
To throw on second down. Jones. He's going to float this one deep right. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Well, later tonight, we have more football. Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
He's checking.
They toss to Freeman. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Play action. Haskins. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now Jones. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Jones now off the play fake. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Redskins scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Here's Haskins. Being chased out left. And, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Watch the run, watch the run.
Here's Jones operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Parker the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Throwing on second and long. Jones going deep here for Parker. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended target was the rookie, Terry McLaurin, but it'll be second down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that, but if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Check the backer, check the backer.
And it's third down.
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
They go play action now. Haskins. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check, 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 check.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
He's out of bounds at the 14-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They go play action with Haskins. This will be caught at about the 5. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Complete to Jordan Reed. 1st and goal, Washington.
Let's get that ball right here. Watch left. Tight, watch left. 3 down. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Again, it's Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half. It's Haskins to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Caught on the right side, Reed. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, here's Freeman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. The toss play left. There goes Devontae Freeman. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jannard Avery tracks him down away in the backfield for a loss of 16. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Break. 51. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Jones, off play action. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Parker unable to get that one.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
And the Redskins first down.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. 59. Check back, check back.
Freeman again, a first down carry. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Washington. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the interception by the Redskins. Dean leads to a touchdown. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Down. 8, read. Watch the curl, watch the curl. Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Parker left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Ready, ready. 50, play.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Jones going to throw again. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards, a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
51 to Mike, 51 to Mike.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He was looking to get it to Parker again. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here's Jones to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Monte Nicholson picks it. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Haskins will throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Set. 18 Gator. Bravo.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm trying to collect. Get it.
Jones throwing again. Over the middle, complete. That's Parker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Drake. And he stopped immediately there. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie up to make the tackle. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Go, go.
Now Jones, going to throw again. And he slings one that's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake, and it's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jones. And Wilson has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Let's go now. Henry. Check, 43. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. Mike's 43.
Now Haskins on first down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. Then he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now Haskins to throw on second down. Completes it right side to Dodson. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he finds the tight end, Reed. So give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Now it's Haskins, and this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. 51, Mike 51. Watch the slant. Check 15, check 15.
On first down, Drake. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 27, Jones flush to his right. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. Torrey McTyer there on the tackle.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here's Haskins to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Set, ready, 30 base. No chance. Smooth. Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So for Washington, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver. But I'm still a hot boy, cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a faucet. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the gang, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
Time to bring the bass bird.
Up it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When up it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't